For about a decade of practicing magic, I've encountered various warnings against it. According to the mainstream, these are the usual possessions, cults, and paranormal fantasies. According to culture, things are a bit more specific. Not banishing is dangerous. Too much banishing is dangerous. The Supreme Pentagram, dangerous. Liber V, dangerous. The density ordering is dangerous, and for some, the traditional ordering, well, you get the point. Given that I decided to offer my 2 cents on specific changes that may occur if you practice seriously. None of them is particularly dangerous, but they can be unpleasant or disturbing based on circumstances. Now, for the real mystery knowers, adepts, initiates, and other luminaries on this and other platforms, I'm not a truth seeker nor a quote-unquote real initiate of any order or system. Think of me as a disciplined dabbler, a biohacker who uses rituals instead of substances or nootropics. Everything I say is based on personal practice and the experiences of those who bought my course or manuals. I don't know how apolitical you are. Things will likely change, although you probably won't succumb to ideologies. Conversely, you might become highly politically opinionated as you see how currents have been shaping your destiny since birth. It is one thing to learn things passively. It is very different to realize and experience them firsthand through real-life situations, emotional states, and racing thought trains. It is a big part of what rending the veil actually is, as magic operates in 3 layers: personal, interpersonal, and transpersonal. Bringing light between those will likely include seeing or experiencing objective or collective truths, as transpersonal does include egregoric forces of economy and states. Many occultists tend to be influenced by sci-fi and fantasy. Some believe that life is kind of like Star Wars: The Old Republic, only to find it is more like Dune. And this brings some good and bad news. Increasing awareness of your actual circumstances can be extremely discouraging, no doubt. On the other hand, it can also protect you from overexerting mindless effort without rewards and fighting wrong fights and lost battles. The real danger comes from surrendering your agency and drowning in nihilistic assumptions that nothing matters. Life is mostly like Dune, but with moments of Star Wars. Moments when your personal skills, discipline, routines, and ability to make the most out of your probability shifts can make a difference. Geography, states, and economies are perpetually impacting you, but that doesn't mean you cannot act, so keep on doing it. Some adore yapping about melting metals until they realize it may involve the depths and mysteries of their own sexuality. But no, it isn't that you suddenly flip to a polar opposite. It might be that you discover what you're actually responding to, distinguishing between an attraction to archetypal energy, femininity, or masculinity versus purely biological mechanics. What you truly find attractive versus what you've been socially conditioned to perform or assume. Understanding that distinction, or the intricacies of that distinction, is part of what Solveig Quegela and Know Thyself actually look like in practice. Awareness increases resolution. The goal is not to turn you into something you are not. Most likely, it is cultivating the ability to accept yourself as more of everything, or as having the potential to be more of everything, or to become more of everything. The more you do, the more fitted you become to cause various changes and turn things into existence realistically. Realistically? Yeah, a magical practice can vastly benefit the crafts and lives of creatives, self-improvers, and especially polymaths. On the contrary, it cannot override geopolitical circumstances. The danger isn't that realization per se, it is your context. In a healthy open society, this is just maturity, self-awareness, and growth. In one of tribalism and rigidity, that same clarity can bring friction. A healthy reflection could be, can your environment mirror or match your maturity? Or does it carry old dogmas as a badge of honor? Similar applies to culture, music, different tastes, etc. You might have lived your life as a backpacker only to find that you really enjoy deep house and hard or acid techno or metal, for instance. And while you likely won't start producing these genres or attend raves, you understand that it's not specific thing or culture per se, but the underground, raw energy and exclusivity that you're drawn to. So the question is, how attached are you to your narratives? It might be that the more you practice, the more you want or even need to do so. But no, it won't be like a substance craving or dependence. You just might find yourself relying a bit too much on increasing the likelihood of taking particular actions or appearing in certain kinds of situations. The good news is that if this is the case, you are making things happen one way or another, taking relentless action, having skills and mastery, not waiting for spirits to do anything for you. If not, maybe start there. The actual danger is that you can overdo it, and this can lead to depression, mood swings, and even manic episodes. Not because angels and demons are attacking you, but because bringing light between subjective narratives and social conditioning and objective truths and your actual core nature might be challenging to assimilate or digest. Another reason might be pulling in too many directions. You can have different but complementing forces to achieve the same goal or increase that likelihood with somewhat regular, similar workings. Conversely, aiming for different results simultaneously is probably not a good idea, especially for solo practitioners. As they say, you can accomplish many things, just not at the same time. Far less dramatic, but quite common, another danger is what I call the collector syndrome. You read and collect understanding frameworks. You feel you're progressing because you can explain things, connect ideas, and supposedly recognize patterns. Yet 5 years later, nothing has been accomplished or built. No skills, no projects, no tangible output. The same unhealthy living and poor quality work, if any work at all. Obesity, addictions, and no discipline. The real danger is not getting too deep into the mysteries. It is that you're deep in delusions because of using heavy abstractions for entertainment and escapism rather than creating and solving problems. Like anything meaningful, magic requires reality feedback. As Don Webb says, masters manifest the universe in their heads. Now, being eclectic is one thing, mixing random techniques, not necessarily optimal. Magic can bring extreme or severe vulnerability, uncertainty, and basically test what you're actually made of without your awareness, what that actually is. Different systems do that differently, which is probably why many people say that different systems treat the magic differently. One explanation might be that your subjective narrative and social conditioning or who you are stays the same, but the objective truths come filtered through somewhat different currents and egregores that kinda expect different things. The SRP might melt metals and reshape you where you are to help with having your head above the heavens and feet below the hell. Liber V might initiate moments of exposure therapy while persistently suggesting that mingling your life with that of the universe would be far more doable and appropriate in a completely different country and setting. Nothing wrong with either or even cycling them long term. Everything wrong with mixing them or hitting them back to back. Personal opinion. It might be too much to question who you are while feeling that cities are calling you and considering relocating, and perhaps researching them actively. As they say, the map is not the territory. It is okay to test the absolute or 100% validity of that in all cases, just not when experiencing serious doubts about who you are. Peace.